Patriots ride, hold the line, hold the line. Patriots ride, side by side.
Hello, friends. This is Mac Payne here, founder, owner, and operator of the Vietnam Veteran News Podcast, where we bring you news about the Vietnam War and the brave veterans who served there, as told to you by yours truly, a Vietnam veteran. That's me. In this short video, I bring you news. I have just published another podcast episode over at the Vietnam Veteran News Podcast. This one is episode number 3349, or as they say in the Fire Direction Center, 3349er. This episode will be a follow-up to the previous episode where I took you down to Melbourne, Australia to talk about a new book just written by an excellent author down there by the name of Anthony McClear. The title of his book is Vietnam, Long, Hard Years Not Forgotten. What Anthony did was go to a little community there in the northeastern part of the Melbourne metropolitan area and study the people who were involved in the Vietnam War, either the veterans, the widows, the families, the protesters, or whatever, just to get an idea of how the Vietnam War affected this community. It's a great book. I encourage you to get a copy of it and read it. In this episode, I'm going to share with you a story that was written by Carolyn Webb. She is a writer for the City Life magazine. She wrote a story about one of the chapters in the book that had to do with widows. And what she found was not very nice about how Vietnam War widows were treated. That's why I say we need to know history, because it'll help us better go into the future and not make the same mistakes. You've got to listen to this podcast episode. Carolyn Webb wrote a great story, and it will leave you with memories for a long time. And it's things that we should know. So please go over and listen to episode 3349 of the podcast. I have set up 3 easy, convenient ways for you to access that episode. You don't have to go looking for it. It's right here for you. I've set up 3 ways you can easily and quickly get to that podcast episode. The first and easiest and fastest is to simply scroll down below this 1965 version of a Philco TV set, and there you should find a live link that'll take you straight to that episode. But if for some reason you cannot locate that link on the device you're watching this video on, as one of my favorite Australians, Crocodile Dundee, would always say, no worries. All you've got to do is go to this URL, VietnamVeteranNews.com, click on episode 3349, and you can be listening immediately. But wait, there's a third way you can get there, and that is with a QR code. If you're familiar with QR codes, you know how good and efficient they are when you're trying to get to a website. If you are not a fan of QR codes, now is a good time to start, because I have created a QR code just for you that'll take you straight to this podcast episode. So there you have 3 ways that you can get to this podcast episode and listen to how Vietnam War widows were treated down under. Not that I'm criticizing, that's just the way it was. So please go listen to them. One other thing I would like you to do, and you might enjoy this, is when you listen to the podcast episode, stay with it until the end. And I think you will like the little surprise I have just for you at the end of this podcast episode. So don't miss that one. Listen to it. You'll be glad you did. So, there you have it. I have just published another podcast episode number 3349. I have provided you with 3 easy and quick ways you can access that episode, so you have no excuse for not listening to it. So go for it. Especially wait till the end and see the little surprise I have for you. I think you'll like it. Before you go and listen to that episode, do me a big favor and like this video. The more people who like it, the more often it will appear on YouTube, on the internet, and more people will see it. That's what we want. Another way you can help is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That'll help too. So do that and then listen to the episode. If you would like to use the QR code to access this podcast episode number 3349, here it is. Go for it. All you got to do is take out your phone, turn on the camera, aim it toward the QR code, press the button, and bang, there you are. You'll be listening in no time. So go for it. Were you able to connect with that QR code? If not, I'll leave it up a little while longer so you'll have plenty of time to click on it. So here it is. Go for it. Thank you very much for listening. Please go over and listen to podcast episode 3349. Again, thank you for listening. We will talk soon.
Patriot